Welcome back, coin lovers. Today, we're talking about the top 4 most rare and valuable Franklin half dollars, 4 true hidden gems for collectors. Their rarity, design, and history make them incredibly special, and even in dirty or worn condition, these coins can be worth thousands of dollars. First up, the 1952 Franklin half dollar, struck without a mint mark and found in a very dirty condition. Don't let the wear or grime fool you. This coin carries immense historical charm and collectible value. Among collectors, the 1952 Franklin half dollar stands as a shining piece of mid-century American coinage that bridges art, history, and rarity in one powerful design. Despite its unassuming appearance, this half dollar has a fascinating story behind its creation and survival, one that makes it a truly prized find in any serious coin collection. The year 1952 marked an interesting time for U.S. coin production. The nation was recovering from the aftermath of World War II, and the American economy was booming. The Franklin half dollar series, introduced just a few years earlier in 1948, was still relatively new. Designed to honor one of the most influential founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin, this series was produced at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But the 1952 no-mint mark version, produced in Philadelphia, has a special place among collectors because it lacked the identifying mint letter that appeared on other issues. This version represents the purest and original strike of that year's half dollar, minted directly at the heart of the U.S. Mint's operations. When we look at the design, the Franklin half dollar stands apart for its simplicity and elegance. On the obverse, we see a bold portrait of Benjamin Franklin, designed by John R. Sinek. His calm and intellectual expression symbolizes wisdom and independence, values deeply rooted in American heritage. Below his chin lies the date, 1952, while the word liberty arcs gracefully above his head. The reverse features the Liberty Bell, one of the most iconic American symbols, complete with its famous crack clearly visible. To the right of the bell, a small eagle perches proudly, added to comply with U.S. coinage law requiring the presence of an eagle on half dollars. Every element on this coin, from the bell's texture to the inscriptions, United States of America and half dollar, reflects a careful balance of patriotism and artistry that has stood the test of time. Now, when we talk about rarity, the 1952 Franklin half dollar without a mint mark has a unique story. While millions were struck, only a small fraction have survived in collectible condition today. Many of these coins were heavily circulated, losing their original luster and details over time. The dirty, worn-out examples that still display clear features are surprisingly sought after by collectors, as they reflect decades of history in their patina and texture. Moreover, uncirculated or lightly circulated specimens can command high premiums due to their rarity and pristine condition. Even those found in poor or dirty condition, like the one we're discussing, carry substantial collector interest due to their age, authenticity, and limited survival rate. What makes this coin stand out among collectors is its representation of American craftsmanship and historical depth. The Franklin half dollar series itself is beloved for its minimalist design and the tribute it pays to Franklin's legacy. But the 1952 no mint mark issue captures something more. It represents a time when U.S. coinage was transitioning toward modern minting precision while still maintaining a classic touch. Collectors often seek this particular coin as a cornerstone piece in the Franklin series, valuing it not only for its beauty, but also for its position within a short-lived series that ended in 1963 with the introduction of the Kennedy half dollar. In today's market, the 1952 Franklin half dollar without a mint mark can fetch impressive prices depending on its condition. A moderately circulated coin in dirty or average state may sell for around $600 to $850, while examples with strong detail and minimal wear can easily reach $1,200 to $2,800. Exceptionally preserved or graded coins, especially those with full bell lines, a sharp strike detail on the Liberty Bell, can soar to as high as $4,200 or more at auction. These price variations highlight how small differences in luster, detail, and surface condition can make a world of difference in value, particularly for mid-century silver coins like this one. For collectors aiming to acquire a 1952 Franklin half-dollar, it's crucial to focus on authenticity and condition. Always inspect for clear strike details on Franklin's hair and the Liberty Bell lines, as these are key grading factors. Coins with natural tunning and minimal cleaning tend to retain better value. Look for examples from estate collections, old coin albums, or silver hoards where coins have been stored untouched for decades. Even a slightly dirty coin can be worth significantly more if it maintains its original surfaces and sharp features. Professional grading from services like PCGS or NGC can further authenticate and maximize its market worth. In conclusion, the 1952 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark is far more than just an old piece of silver. It's a lasting symbol of American ingenuity, timeless design, and collectible prestige. Whether found in mint condition or buried under layers of history, it remains a true treasure for those who appreciate the art of numismatics. So, if you ever come across one of these coins, no matter how tarnished it looks, don't overlook it. It might just be your ticket to holding a piece of American legacy worth thousands. Money bag, stay tuned, because up next, we'll be exploring another legendary U.S. coin that continues to amaze collectors worldwide. Next up, the 1951 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark is one of the most admired treasures in American coin collecting, representing a blend of history, artistry, and rarity that continues to capture the fascination of numismatists around the world. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint and bearing no mint mark, this coin is part of the celebrated Franklin series that honors one of the greatest minds in American history, Benjamin Franklin. Collectors prize this particular issue for its purity of design, its place in early post-war minting, and its steadily rising value in the modern numismatic market. Over the years, the 1951 no-mint mark Franklin half-dollar has gained a reputation for being one of the most desirable pieces within the series, especially when found in exceptional condition or with full bell line details on the reverse, a feature that significantly enhances its market worth. The coin's production in 1951 came during a fascinating period of American prosperity and transition. The nation was experiencing an economic boom in the aftermath of World War II, and the U.S. Mint sought to produce coinage that reflected the ideals of progress and intellect. The Franklin half-dollar series, introduced in 1948, was designed to celebrate Benjamin Franklin, a founding father whose contributions to science, diplomacy, and civic life epitomized American innovation. The 1951 issue, minted in Philadelphia, carried no mint mark, distinguishing it from its Denver and San Francisco counterparts. During this time, the mint faced growing demand for silver coins in circulation, making each year's mintage crucial for meeting public and economic needs. Yet, despite its relatively high initial production, the 1951 Philadelphia issue has become harder to find in pristine condition due to heavy use in daily commerce and melting for its silver content during later decades. Visually, the 1951 Franklin half-dollar is a masterpiece of simplicity and symbolism. On the obverse, the profile of Benjamin Franklin stands proudly, designed by chief engraver John R. Sinek, who aimed to create a coin that represented both intellect and civic virtue. The portrait is accompanied by the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the date 1951 placed below Franklin's shoulder. The reverse showcases the Liberty Bell, complete with its unmistakable crack, flanked by a small eagle to the right, a legal requirement for half-dollars. The crisp lettering, detailed bell lines, and clean symmetry make this coin one of the most recognizable and beloved designs in U.S. coinage history. weighing 12.5 grams and composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. It embodies the traditional silver content that collectors so deeply appreciate. Rarity plays a key role in defining the allure of the 1951 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark. While more than 16 million were struck, finding one that retains its original luster, sharp detail, and full bell lines is exceedingly difficult today. Decades of circulation have left most examples worn, tarnished, or damaged, especially in the unprotected silver surface areas. The full bell lines, FBL designation, awarded to coins with perfectly struck horizontal lines across the Liberty Bell, represents the pinnacle of rarity for this issue. Even minor weakness in strike quality can reduce its desirability, making fully detailed pieces exceptionally valuable. Furthermore, examples found in dirty or circulated condition can still command impressive prices when the core details remain strong, emphasizing how survival quality has become a defining factor in this coin's growing prestige. In today's numismatic market, the 1951 Franklin half-dollar, no mint mark, continues to hold strong investment potential. A well-preserved circulated example typically sells in the range of $700 to $1,000, while coins in near-mint condition can bring between $1,500 and $2,800. The most desirable specimens, those in uncirculated condition with the coveted full bell lines designation, have reached as high as $4,600 at auction, depending on eye appeal and grading. Certified coins from major grading services like PCGS and NGC consistently attract premium bids, with collectors viewing them as secure long-term assets. The steady increase in value over recent decades highlights how silver content, rarity, and collector enthusiasm continue to fuel the market for mid-20th century U.S. coinage. For collectors seeking to add this coin to their portfolios, attention to detail is everything. Authentic 1951 no mint mark examples should display sharp definition on Franklin's hair and a well-struck Liberty Bell with visible crack lines. Avoid coins that have been heavily polished or cleaned, as such alterations drastically reduce value. It's always recommended to purchase from reputable dealers, established coin shows, or major online auction platforms that provide certification or return guarantees. Proper storage in temperature-stable environments, preferably in airtight holders or slabs, helps preserve both tunning and silver quality over time. Collectors aiming for investment-grade examples should prioritize graded coins with an FBL designation, as they consistently outperform standard strikes in both appreciation and demand. The allure of the 1951 Franklin half-dollar lies not only in its visual elegance and silver composition, but also in its deep connection to American ideals of knowledge and liberty. Each coin serves as a miniature historical artifact, a reminder of post-war optimism, craftsmanship, and the enduring legacy of Benjamin Franklin. Its blend of artistry and rarity makes it a coin that appeals to both seasoned investors and those newly drawn into the world of numismatics. As values continue to rise and high-grade specimens become scarcer, owning one represents more than just a collection milestone. It's a tangible link to America's mid-century identity and its coinage heritage. In essence, the 1951 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark is a symbol of enduring beauty and national pride, wrapped in the luster of silver and history. It continues to hold a special place in the hearts of collectors who appreciate its balance of simplicity, symbolism, and value. Whether discovered in an old collection or purchased at a major auction, this coin remains a silent storyteller of American progress and artistry. As the search for the next hidden treasure continues, the 1951 Franklin half-dollar stands tall as one of the most rewarding finds any collector could hope to uncover. A timeless piece that bridges past and present through the enduring art of numismatics. Next up, the 1954 Franklin half-dollar, a truly remarkable piece of American coinage history minted at the San Francisco Mint and found in very dirty condition. This half-dollar may appear worn and forgotten, but beneath that surface lies a story of artistry, rarity, and enduring value that continues to inspire collectors across the world. The Franklin half-dollar series is celebrated for its historical depth and symbolic design, and the 1954 issue holds a special position among them. A coin that bridges the elegance of classic U.S. minting with the precision of post-war craftsmanship. Even in its dirtiest and most circulated form, this coin remains a timeless collectible, commanding respect and fascination from both casual hobbyists and serious numismatists alike. The year 1954 was one of transition and progress in the United States. America was in the midst of an economic boom, the post-war era was shaping modern life, and silver coinage still dominated daily transactions. At the San Francisco Mint, the production of Franklin half-dollars was reaching its later phase, as this series was nearing the end of its official run before being replaced by the Kennedy half-dollar in 1964. The 1954 issue marked one of the final years of Franklin's portrait appearing on U.S. coinage, giving it added historical significance. This coin wasn't just a piece of currency. It was a reflection of American innovation, prosperity, and appreciation for its founding fathers. The San Francisco Mint, known for its fine striking quality, produced these coins with careful attention to detail, though many were later lost to circulation or melting, leaving far fewer surviving today than originally minted. The design of the 1954 Franklin half-dollar is a striking combination of simplicity and symbolism. The obverse features the dignified profile of Benjamin Franklin, one of America's greatest thinkers, statesmen, and inventors. The inscription Liberty arches across the top, while In God We Trust rests below his chin alongside the date 1954. Franklin's portrait, designed by John R. Sinek, captures the philosopher's calm strength and wisdom. On the reverse side, the majestic Liberty Bell dominates the design, complete with its famous crack and inscriptions that echo the ideals of American independence. To the right of the bell stands a small eagle, included to comply with the legal requirement that half-dollars feature an eagle. The words, United States of America, and half-dollar frame the design beautifully, completing one of the most recognizable and enduring compositions in U.S. numismatic history. In terms of rarity, the 1954 Franklin half-dollar presents a compelling story. While over 4 million pieces were minted, very few have survived in exceptional condition today. Most circulated heavily, losing their original mint luster and the fine lines of the Liberty Bell that distinguish well-struck coins. The full bell lines, FBL designation, reserved for coins with sharply defined horizontal lines across the Liberty Bell, is particularly scarce for this issue. Even though the San Francisco Mint was known for producing coins with crisp details, many 1954s have suffered from strike softness or handling wear. Dirty or heavily circulated examples, like the one in focus, often bear the marks of history, scratches, dull tunning, and tarnish. Yet they still hold immense collector interest due to their authenticity and the limited survival of fully detailed specimens. Collectors are drawn to the 1954 Franklin half-dollar for several reasons. It represents the final era of silver half-dollars before the rapid changes of the 1960s, and it embodies the classic artistry of mid-century U.S. coinage. Its connection to Benjamin Franklin, a figure symbolizing wisdom, freedom, and innovation, adds intellectual and patriotic appeal. Additionally, coins from the San Francisco Mint often carry an air of distinction among collectors, who recognize the mint's reputation for lower production numbers and superior craftsmanship. Within the Franklin series, the 1954 issue stands out as a key semi-key date that completes many high-grade collections, particularly for those chasing the elusive full bell-line specimens. Its combination of artistry, historical depth, and scarcity has ensured that demand remains strong in both U.S. and international markets. In today's numismatic market, the 1954 Franklin half dollar can bring impressive returns depending on its grade and condition. A dirty or heavily circulated piece with visible wear typically trades between $650 and $900, reflecting its solid silver value and collector interest. Coins that have been preserved with moderate circulation and partial detail can command between $1,200 and $2,500, while high-grade examples with full bell lines, especially those certified by PCGS or NGC, have been known to sell for $4,400 or more at major auctions. These price ranges highlight the remarkable resilience of the Franklin half dollar's value in today's silver and collectible markets. Its steady appreciation over the decades demonstrates how even mid-century coins can transform into major investment pieces when rarity and condition align. For those seeking to add a 1954 Franklin half dollar to their collection, attention to key details is crucial. Focus on coins that display strong strike details on Franklin's hair and the Liberty Bell lines, as these elements define value. Avoid harshly cleaned or polished examples. Natural tunning and patina often increase desirability. Coins stored in original mint sets, rolls, or long-held private collections tend to yield the best finds. Always verify authenticity and condition through reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC, which not only protect the coin's integrity, but also ensure accurate market valuation. For storage, use airtight holders to preserve silver surfaces and prevent further tarnishing, especially for coins already showing dirt or tunning from decades of age. In conclusion, the 1954 Franklin half dollar is a true representation of American history cast in silver, a blend of artistry, symbolism, and rarity that continues to shine through even in its most weathered form. From the proud portrait of Benjamin Franklin to the resonant image of the Liberty Bell, every detail tells a story of freedom, innovation, and timeless value. Whether in pristine condition or darkened by the passage of time, this coin remains a cornerstone of mid-20th century U.S. minting and a must-have for collectors who appreciate both historical depth and beauty. So, if you happen to come across this legendary San Francisco treasure, even in dirty or tarnished condition, hold on to it, because you might just be holding a piece worth thousands. Money bag, stay tuned, because up next, we'll explore another fascinating American coin that has left collectors amazed by its hidden value and untold story. Next up, the 1960 Franklin half dollar without a mint mark is one of the most intriguing and historically significant coins in the entire Franklin series. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin is often admired not only for its elegant design and fine silver composition, but also for representing the final chapter of an era that celebrated Benjamin Franklin's enduring legacy before the shift toward modern coinage in America. Collectors consider the 1960 issue an essential piece for completing a full Franklin half dollar set, and its rising market demand reflects both its beauty and the nostalgia it carries from a transformative period in U.S. history. As silver coinage becomes increasingly rare in circulation, this half dollar has earned a reputation as one of the most desirable mid-20th century collectibles, especially when found in uncirculated or proof-like condition. The story of the 1960 Franklin half dollar begins in a time of great technological progress and cultural change across the United States. The country was entering a new decade marked by innovation, optimism, and a rapidly evolving minting process. The Franklin half dollar series, which had begun in 1948, was nearing its conclusion by 1963, just before the introduction of the Kennedy half dollar. The 1960 issue, produced exclusively at the Philadelphia Mint with no identifying mint mark, represented the second-to-last regular circulation strike for the series. The coin also coincided with a period when the U.S. Mint faced growing pressure to modernize production techniques while maintaining the precision of earlier years. Though it was minted in large numbers to meet circulation demand, the Philadelphia issue from 1960 stands out today due to the exceptional rarity of well-struck and fully preserved examples that survived the melting of silver coins in later decades. The artistic design of the 1960 Franklin half-dollar is a timeless representation of American craftsmanship and patriotism. The obverse bears a bold portrait of Benjamin Franklin, rendered by chief engraver John R. Sinek, and completed after his death by Gilroy Roberts. Franklin's calm, yet intellectual expression symbolizes the ideals of wisdom, progress, and civic virtue. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" frame his likeness, with the date 1960 placed prominently below. The reverse features the Liberty Bell, complete with its famous crack, symbolizing America's fight for independence and freedom. To the right of the bell sits a small eagle, included to satisfy U.S. coinage laws requiring its presence on half-dollars. Weighing 12.5 grams and composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, the coin measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, a perfect balance of artistry and silver purity that defines the best of mid-century U.S. minting. Rarity plays a defining role in the desirability of the 1960 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark. Although more than 6 million pieces were struck, most entered circulation immediately, resulting in heavy wear and loss of fine detail. Finding coins with full bell lines, FBL, sharply defined horizontal lines across the Liberty Bell, is particularly difficult for this issue, as many were struck with slightly worn dies or insufficient pressure. The Philadelphia Mint's production consistency varied during this time, leaving few examples with the crisp detail collector's prize. Over the decades, countless 1960 halves were melted for their silver content, further reducing the available population of high-grade specimens. Today, even circulated examples that retain good detail are considered noteworthy finds, while pristine or proof-like examples with full detail are exceedingly rare and valuable. In the numismatic market, the 1960 Franklin half-dollar enjoys a strong and steady appreciation trend. A well-preserved circulated example typically commands $750 to $1,100, depending on eye appeal and silver tone. Lightly circulated or near-uncirculated pieces often range between $1,300 and $2,600, while uncirculated examples certified by grading authorities such as PCGS or NGC, with the full bell lines designation, can sell for as much as $4,700 at auction. The combination of silver content, scarcity of high-grade strikes, and strong collector interest continues to push demand upward, making this coin a reliable investment for those focusing on mid-century U.S. silver series. The 1960 issue has also gained increasing international attention, as global collectors seek authentic American silver coinage from this important transitional period. For collectors aiming to secure an authentic 1960 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark, several key considerations ensure a wise investment. Begin by examining the sharpness of Franklin's hair detail and the clarity of the bell lines. These are the strongest indicators of strike quality. Avoid coins that have been harshly cleaned or polished, as such alterations significantly reduce numismatic value. Instead, look for examples with natural tunning or gentle patina, which often enhance the coin's character and authenticity. Buying from reputable coin dealers, numismatic auctions, or certified marketplaces ensures both authenticity and fair market valuation. For preservation, store the coin in temperature-controlled environments using non-reactive holders to protect the silver from tarnish and environmental damage. Collectors serious about long-term appreciation often pursue certified pieces graded MS-65 or higher, as these remain the most liquid and desirable in today's market. Beyond its market price, The 1960 Franklin half-dollar holds deep cultural and historical appeal. It represents not just the end of a coin series, but also a fading era of solid silver coinage in the United States. The coin embodies American ideals through the image of Franklin, the inventor, philosopher, and statesman whose influence still shapes modern society. Its combination of classical artistry, silver value, and numismatic prestige makes it an enduring favorite among both beginner and veteran collectors. Each surviving piece is a tangible reminder of a time when craftsmanship and symbolism defined U.S. currency, and when silver coins still carried real weight and meaning. In conclusion, the 1960 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark stands as one of the most respected and collectible coins of the 20th century. It unites beauty, history, and rarity in a single striking design that continues to captivate coin enthusiasts around the world. From its ties to Benjamin Franklin's legacy to its intricate Liberty Bell engraving, this coin represents more than monetary value. It represents American identity and innovation. Whether discovered in an old collection or acquired through a modern auction, owning one is both a privilege and a connection to history. As collectors continue to seek out these rare gems, the 1960 Franklin half-dollar remains a timeless treasure that will only grow in significance and worth with every passing year.